Hello, my lovely ladies and my dynamite dudes. If there's a dude out there watching me, you're pretty dynamite. Okay, so welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to all of you who have been following me these past few months. And I just can't thank you enough. Thank you for all your wonderful, lovely, kind words. You women truly are just the most amazing people on the planet. Can I just say that right off the bat? Now, as the title of this video is currently right now as I film it, that could change, is my husband left me because I wouldn't convert to Mormonism. I know it's a long title, but it's true. And I wanted to get the word husband, Mormonism, and left me all in the same title. So there you have it. I'll just give you a brief update of what's going on, where I've been. I've been really, really busy lately. I'm working 2 jobs and I'm still talking through this thing because I still need the converter for my video, because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep doing the videos and investing in it, but I would like to keep doing that. I would like to keep documenting and sharing my life with you if you don't mind, because I really, really appreciate all of you just sharing your life with me and spending your precious time watching my videos all the way to the end. Like you guys are so awesome. Like seriously, you're just a real huge blessing for me. And if you watch the ads, that is beyond a blessing for me, because it helps me generate income to continue supporting my family. It's a very small amount of money that I get, but every little penny makes a difference for me and Tavin right now. And so if you are watching those ads, not skipping through them, God bless you. Like seriously, you have no idea how awesome that is. Okay, so if you're hearing some noise in the background, I have an ice maker right there. Okay, that's my ice maker. I'm all about the ice and everything. So I had to get an ice maker. Okay. It's dropping ice right now. Okay, so I am super, super busy because I am working 2 jobs. I am a DoorDash driver. I'm a triple D. I'm a DoorDash driver. And as you can tell, I'm smiling today. And I have makeup on and I'm feeling fantastic, you guys. I'm feeling so, so good. I'm feeling relieved. I'm feeling optimistic, hopeful, which I know optimistic is the same thing as hopeful, but I'm feeling courageous too. Like I'm feeling brave. And I haven't felt brave in a really long time. I've felt really down and dumpy and unwanted and unloved and just unworthy of everything. But then I started doing DoorDash and it really lifted my spirits. It got me out of the house and it keeps me busy. I dash anywhere from 2 to 3 times a day, sometimes 4. That just really depends on the time of day and what day it is. Typically, I'll dash about 4 times on Fridays and Saturdays, sometimes Thursdays. Thursdays are big college nights here in town. That's been really fun, just getting out and about and talking to people and smiling at people. And I just enjoy my interactions with the people at the restaurants and the people that I'm delivering to. It's really nice to just smile at people and be genuine again. I haven't felt genuine in years. I've just been sitting in this chair for almost a year, just feeling so yucky and gross about me and my life. And I would always look over to where my husband would sit on the couch and just always think, why is he so unhappy? And why is he just so grumpy and miserable? And, Tevin thought the same thing. So it's just so nice not to see a horrible looking man just staring off into space and being horrible. It's just so nice not to have that kind of spirit and mood all the time around you anymore. It like you feel it the minute it's gone. Like I felt it when he left us. And I remember thinking when he left how I missed him. It just felt really weird. The house felt very strange without him, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And about a week after he told me that he wasn't coming back, I remember feeling so different. Like the house just felt different. It felt peaceful. It had a calmness to it. It just a totally different vibe. And even Tavin noticed it as well. So it's nice not to have, that ugliness always around you. And quite frankly, my husband was quite ugly. I say that because my husband used to be a very, very good looking guy, very, very attractive. And he's just turned into this ugly monster, just not good looking anymore. Because I think that whatever you are doing in your life generates on the outside, and people can see that and sense it. And I really do think it changes how you look to other people. Your appearance changes. And I remember thinking when I was married to Jared these past maybe 7 or 8 years, I used to always get the looks and guys would always check me out. And I just realized nobody was doing that anymore. And I felt so ugly and unattractive. But I think it was more of the life that I was in that made me unattractive. I wasn't happy. I was miserable. I was down all the time. So now I'm just happy. And I'm noticing guys are checking me out again. Not that I care, but you know how that feels. You know what I mean? When that guy checks you out and you're like, oh, I am cute. That's stupid. But being out and about and, just having people smile back at you and with a real genuine smile and just talking to strangers again and feeling good. It's just amazing. DoorDash has been such a huge, huge plus for me. It has been such a blessing in my life. And quite frankly, for part-time work, I am really making very good money. So I'm really excited about that. The other job I'm doing is I'm cleaning an Airbnb, which is fantastic, and I love it as well. So those two things are keeping me busy, and visiting with my family every weekend. Jared's brother and his wife and kids, we've become very, very close, and it's just been an amazing relationship and just so awesome to have that family unit that I've always, always wanted. And, for a while there, I used to get so jealous of their relationship because Jared's brother, Ashlyn, him and I, we were really close, and then we'd get into these big fights and we wouldn't talk for really long periods of time. Then we get really close. So it was like this roller coaster ride with him. And he's actually become this amazing man. I've watched him grow over these past 15 years, and it's been so cool to watch him turn into the man that he is today, which is exactly what Jared was when I first met him. So it's really cool to see Jared's brother being that man, that great husband, the amazing father, just loving and kind and good and godly. And so we always laugh now because no one in his family talks to him anymore. And of course, no one talks to me anymore in the family. We always laugh about how we never thought it would just be us against them, that it would come to this. So it's really kind of funny how this all kind of happened with him and his family, but they've been a real blessing to me. in more ways than one. I can't even begin to tell you how much they have blessed me in Tavern too. So just fantastic having those people in my life. Okay, so now let's get to the subject of the title of this video. And you're probably like, man, that was a really long spiel. Okay, but seriously, I just love you guys and I just want to share things with you. So I hope you don't mind. I hope you've stuck through. I hope you're still here and you're listening. When I first met Jared, he was so kind and so good and so thoughtful and just loving. All of his attention was on me. And I'm learning more about narcissism, and I really truly believe that my husband clicks every bullet point on a narcissist, almost to the extreme. The mental abuse and the emotional abuse has been horrific. And you just don't even realize it until you're out of it and you're looking back and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Why did I even stay with this person? You know, it takes being away and healing, really healing, to finally say, gosh, good riddance to you, pal. Like, really. I can't wait for my divorce to be final. I'm throwing a party. Like, seriously, I'm throwing a divorce party. If you want to come, have a party with me. It just feels so good to have that out of my life, just gone. It feels good that I made the choice. Now, he left, and that was his choice, and I wasn't expecting it. But thank God he did. Like, seriously. Bye. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good to have him gone and divorcing him forever. I'm never, ever, ever going to have to deal with that kind of abuse again. And they're just different red flags, right? From other types of abuse. Narcissism is really deceiving, really, really deceiving. It's really hard to figure out if the person you're dating is a narcissist, especially if you don't even know what a narcissist is. It's so hard to figure that out because they're so good at conning and being charming and very attentive to you. So it's really, really hard to kind of pinpoint those things. But here's the thing, like, my advice to you is if you see red flags, dang it, get the heck out. I'm not even kidding. With Jared, there were so many red flags that I just can't even tell you. But I always looked at Jared and said, he's so nice, though. He's so good to me. He's so loving. He's, just so attentive to me. But there were so many red flags going off when we first met and first started dating. I really wish I would have listened to him, but I made excuses. He's good to me. He's attentive. He's affectionate. He's loving. But please don't disregard those red flags and your instincts, your gut telling you, that doesn't feel right. Oh, please trust that. Please don't wait. Just get out. And of course, we all have red flags and weird things that we do. So I'm not saying, gosh, if he makes a mistake or, you guys get into a little tiff that you should break it off with this person. But I'm saying red flags, okay? And red flags for a narcissist are so much different than red flags of an obvious abuser. But I want to get back to the Mormonism thing because it's really crucial that I tell this story. Again, I know I just keep getting off track because that's who I am and that's what you signed up for. I've been dealing with Jared's bishop here in Kenosha for the LDS Church. And I'm just going to refer to the church as LDS Church, and I'm going to refer to my husband as Mormon. First of all, I want to say that The Mormon church is a blessing to me in Tavin, has been so good to us, because this is what draws people to Mormonism. They're very family oriented. They really care about people, and they will go out of their way to help others like no other church on this planet. Okay, like seriously, Christians, please learn something from the Mormon church. You are missing the mark and they are on it. And that's why Christians and people who aren't of any faith will be drawn to Mormonism. So the Christian church needs to get their shit together. I know I just said shit and Christian in the same sentence, and that probably doesn't sound right, but gosh darn it, you people really need to get with it. Like seriously, you need to figure it out, because you are missing the mark by a million miles of Christianity. The LDS church has got it right. Their doctrine is wrong. The Book of Mormon is wrong. All the other books that Joseph Smith wrote are wrong. But man, their hearts are in the right place. Their spirit's in the right place. And I honestly believe that if it comes down to Judgment Day, Christians are going to be in a world of hell. So, as you may know, my husband has left me 2 times now for the church. 3 times almost. Okay, the first time was back in June of 2018, I believe. We were just moving to, well, it was right before we moved to Arizona, and he converted to Mormonism and turned into a monster, turned into just this abusive twit. And that's putting it nicely. And we almost separated then. And then we almost separated again on 4th of July. And I can refer you to those videos where he got me arrested and his mother got me arrested. Oh, that's a good story. Pew, pew, red flags. Pew, 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 everywhere. You know, it's just plots and plans of Jared. You know, he plotted to move to Iowa months before he actually did. He had already applied for the job before asking me about it. So he was going to use this whole notion of I wouldn't convert to Mormonism against me. For a person of the LDS faith who claims that they believe in Christ, the same Christ that you believe in, which they don't, but that's what they think. Okay, so if I say I'm a Christian and they say they're a Christian, the problem is that they don't believe in the same Jesus as I do. Okay, I believe that Jesus is the Son of God. He is God. He's the Trinity. Mormons believe that Jesus and Satan are brothers, and that God really isn't divine. He's kind of like us. He was married and had Jesus and Lucifer together. And so it's not really the same Jesus, but they truly believe that they believe in the same Jesus as Christians do, which is why they want to consider themselves Christians. And that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but okay, my point is that they think they believe in the same Jesus as me. So when you have someone tell you that they can't be with you because you won't convert to Mormonism, you're like, well, I'm a believer in Christ and you're a believer in Christ, so what's the problem? Well, there is no problem. There is no problem. A Mormon and a Christian can get married. Now, are they unequally yoked? Probably for the Christian, not for the Mormon. I don't understand. I don't get it. It would be one thing if I were like an atheist or a Buddhist and I just didn't believe in the resurrection of Christ. or that he was the son of God. I mean, that would be a real problem. That would be a definite problem. But that's not what happened. I never gave up my faith. I never gave up my belief in Christ. I never gave up my salvation. I never said Jesus wasn't real or he never died on the cross and rose again 3 days later. I never said that. So what's the problem, Jared? Oh, you are. Okay, so I've been talking to the bishop about this, and he sent me this text explaining to me that Jared's claim that he can't be with us because we won't convert to Mormonism is false. And not only is it false, that he has completely missed the mark of what Mormonism or being an LDS member means. He has no clue. There was a point in my life when I was considering converting to Mormonism. This was years ago, like when Tavin was like 3 years old, maybe 2 or 3 years old. There was something about Jared that made me want to explore that faith. And not that he was a practicing Mormon at the time. However, he was more of a practicing Mormon back then than he is today, because he was living as a godly man. He was good to us. He was very kind and compassionate and loving and loyal. Those things he's not today. And their total dedication to the family, the husband to the spouse, for Jared to use his faith against us. And he was constantly doing it, even in Arizona, even before we left for Arizona. He was always using the Mormon faith against me as a weapon to hurt me. And so I never got a good vision or idea of what Mormonism is. He only presented the ugliness of the human side of being Mormon. It's hard for me because I don't even think Jared's Mormon. He's not Mormon. Okay? Because he doesn't live any of their values or principles or ideals. He doesn't live his faith. He doesn't even try to live the faith of a Mormon. He does the complete opposite of what the Mormon faith tells him to do. He lies about every little thing in life. Everything. Nothing out of his mouth is truth. Nothing. Absolutely not a single word. Can we blame it on his mental disorders? I guess. I think he is obsessed with the church. I think he's addicted to the idea of the Mormon family, because he honestly thought that's what he had growing up, but in reality, he didn't. And that reality hit him like about 7, 8 years ago. And that's when Jared started changing. That's when he started seeing his father as the real problem in their family. The absolute problem of their entire family was their father, is their father. And that was hard for Jared to accept. He really had a hard time accepting that and just went off the deep end. Started drinking heavily, started taking all of my medication, and just really living this life of addiction and denial and frustration and anger. His father is a real piece of work. He is the most disturbing human being on this planet that I know. And I think he's far worse than any serial killer could possibly dream of being. Yeah, I'll put him in that category and above it because he's uh, deceptive and manipulative and controlling, and he destroys lives in a different way to where we have to keep living with that type of abuse and control and manipulation. So for Jared, I just don't see him as a Mormon. I see him addicted to it, just another addiction. I think he wants this Mormon family so bad that he's willing to destroy everything in his path to get that. His dream is to marry a Mormon woman and have a Mormon family and just push us to the wayside. The LDS Church does not support that, does not believe in what he's doing. In fact, they go out of their way to tell me everything that Jared is doing does not align with the church or their family proclamation. So did Jared really leave me because I didn't convert to Mormonism? Yeah, that's exactly why he left me. Is he right? No. Because we could have still had a marriage with our different faiths because we both believed in Christ. I believed in the real one. But in his eyes, he didn't see it that way. He sees the LDS Church as the one true church, the one true faith, and I was deceived. His journals were all about his mission to convert us, and he couldn't, so he gave up and left. It wasn't about love or family for him. It was about control and manipulation. And his father on the other end pulling the strings. In the meantime, I get to see the love and the kindness of the LDS Church in different ways. I'm so tempted to join the church because of them. I would love to meet a Mormon husband, because they really do put their women on a pedestal and their family as the highest priority besides their faith. Anything else before the family is just not appropriate in the LDS Church. So for Jared to do all of this, it's really unfortunate for him. His father's leading him on a path of absolute eternal damnation. As a Christian, I want to see him saved. I want to see him redeemed and healed. But the problem is that he is chasing after his father. He is desperate to have the family he thought he had because that's what he wants to create. I pray for him. Sometimes not the best prayers. I would love to see him delivered from his father. Jared could be an amazing man without his father. Not the man I want to be with. I would never trust Jared again, no matter how much he changed or even if he got saved. Even if he got saved, I would never go back with Jared. I could never trust him again. I have no desire to be back with him. No desire. Thank you for sticking with me, for listening, for just being there for me, for all your kind words and your love and support really means a great deal to me. I'm not really sure I covered the topic of the title of this video, so let me rethink this. Until next time, be blessed, be good, be kind, be you. Beautiful, beautiful you.